Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. I'm a professional intuitive empath as well as a chef and an author and an all-around life path 3. And today we're going to be sharing some juicy energy about angels. So the work that I do is very grounded in working with what I believe are my angels. Now, in the metaphysical community, there's a great debate about, are they guides? Are they entities? Are there ancestors? Is it angels? What are we working with? And I believe that we work with a many of those, a myriad of those energies. I believe that ancestors and angels are an integral part of our evolution. I believe that they come in and they assist. But I will tell you, I was skeptical. If any of you are familiar with the thought leader, Doreen Virtue, who created many of the decks that, if you are an empath watching, you utilize in your day to day readings or in your practice. And Doreen was definitely a teacher for me. But I remember initially thinking, this is quite hokey. This is rather odd because I didn't resonate exactly with what she was doing. So if you were to tell me many years later that I would be doing similar work, I hope without some of the hokiness that I felt like went into it with her, I would have told you were wrong because we are always evolving. Excuse me. We are always evolving, and I could not have foreseen that this would be the way that my work would evolve. And that is what is genuine about any evolution, is that you are always seeking new heights and pushing yourself. So this happened. And I remember looking at Doreen and being quite judgmental. Even though I felt like there was a great power that resonated in her. And my angel said to me, listen, pay attention. You've been on this path for a long time. And the reason, folks, that I've been on the path for the long time is that I had to unlearn a lot of indoctrination that was grounded around religion. So I grew up with a mother who allowed me to kind of explore what spirituality worked for me and what resonated best with me. She was a Catholic who converted to Episcopalian because Catholicism was too staunch for her. And we grew up that way and were raised that way. She wanted me to be confirmed, but I kicked against the pricks, as they say, and I was asking a lot of questions in school when we were doing catechism and all that stuff, and I was asking a lot of questions my female Episcopalian pastor could not answer. And she said, Monette, you asked some great questions. I don't have all the answers for them, but I have a feeling you'll figure it out. And she was right. I also had a grandmother that was incredibly Pentecostal, like UPC Pentecostal, don't cut your hair, no makeup, no earrings. Y'all could tell the way that went for me. That was so not my energy. But what I am grateful for, because I believe that in any experience you have the opportunity to learn and to evolve. And there is a takeaway, even in the most negative of experiences. And I was able to be really grounded in biblical tenets because I ended up going to a Bible quizzing church and all of that stuff. Now, I will say that some of those indoctrinations predisposed me to deal with some other things later in life that happened. But I will say the positive from that is that I really immersed myself into the word and understood the principles. And here's the discovery that I had with it: Jesus was teaching metaphysical principles. So, as much as anybody could see this right now and say that is blasphemy, Jesus was a metaphysician. He was literally teaching people how to manifest, how to transform their energy. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. He was teaching us lessons about passing through the eye of the needle when we were being tested with temptations and energy. He was teaching us about who we are flocking and gathering with and using your discernment, even in the group amongst you. Hello, Judas. So, I come to my spiritual gifts through, I would say, more of a Christian lens, even though in order to do this work, it took me many years to sit here before you on camera for a record, because I had a lot of friends and family and even people in the metaphysical community that came from a similar background that dissuaded and told me I was wrong and possessed. I've had people be hateful underneath bathroom stalls or at college parties or in high school. This is a it's something I've been doing for a long time, not understanding what my gifting was. I was always the person in the corner ending up doing readings no matter where I was. And I would start to hear. Now, here's the thing, I'm not auditorily sometimes hearing. There are people that are clairaudient. I am more clairsentient. I am feeling about things. So I would feel or hear things. And I realized that I was dealing with angelic intervention, and I thought, okay, this is weird. It's too woo woo for me. I don't know if I'm into it, but I'm going to lean in because clearly I've been doing this since I was a kid. So, that being said, one day I'm in meditation and I get a download during the meditation, and it is of how the angels work. And it was this really beautiful glistening building. Think of something in Dubai, perhaps. So a building that is tall and sleek and metallic and beautiful. But it was this building, and these angels, now these angels were gorgeous men of various races, so this is not anything that was particular, but these angels were like Middle Eastern and African American and white. There were all kinds there, and they were in these beautiful tailored like Armani suits, and like with the skinny tie, and they were zipping up and down this elevator, but it wasn't an elevator, so they were just moving up and down the side of the building on the inside of it though. And the way that this is, bear with me here guys, but the way that I was given this is that my angel said to me in this time, they said, pay attention, take a look at what's happening here. If God is at the top, and you were taught about the hierarchy in church and you were preached about that, God is at the top of this building. He is the CEO of the company. These angels are doing work for him. They all have different giftings, they all have different specialties, and they are dispatched to help people. Because if we look and study the word, they talk about angelic intervention, guardian angels. There are angels that are named the archangels, Gabriel dealing with communication, and Raphael dealing with healing. So we are familiar with the concept, and it has been there. There have even been sightings. So there's a lot to be argued about earth angels and many other things. And I think there's a series of videos here I can make and will make about angels. But what I want you to understand is that in that moment, I got it. I got it. See, you're taught about a spiritual hierarchy, but oftentimes it's corrupted and used by man to dominate or indoctrinate. But in this moment, in this pure form of meditation, dream, hallucination, whatever it was, I realized these guys are just doing work for God, and they're incredibly quick because they're moving like faster than the speed of light, just up and down, taking information back to him, coming back down. Now, if you study Christianity, they say we do not need an intermediary, right? You can go directly to the throne of God. We're not to pray to angels, all of this stuff. But I know that our angels are here to help, and angels were dispatched even at the birth of Christ, if you believe that story. So, Christians, save your comments. I am of you, believe it or not, totally grounded in that, and I think it's why my work resonates with my clients. But what I will say is that is my insight on angels, and that is why I work with them, because I understood the energy of it. And then they started to have a rich, flourishing conversation with me about a myriad of things. And I realized, oh, this only gets deeper. This is about, if we're going back biblically, when they say we're looking behind the veil, or the veil is torn, we are now able to communicate with spirit. And I do believe ancestors come into play. I believe our ancestors pop in and out and give us guidance and push us in the right direction when needed. But I do believe we have angels that are in heaven as they are on earth. Earth angels, that's something else to talk about. So those are the ones that manifest, or that strange person that pops up when someone had an accident and helped them to flip over their car. These are what I mean by earth angels, guys. So angels abound. They are all around us. And that was a download I received specifically so that I can understand. Do not be afraid. Do not think this is hokey. Do not think that this is some kind of parlor trick. This is a real thing that's happening. There's real communication. And there are many of you that are tuned into this video today that know for a fact that you see angel numbers, or you have any kind of angel communication. You have different vibrations and frequencies and awarenesses. So I want you to lean into that, be confident in that, and understand that you are being communicated with at all times by angels and ancestors alike. I'm so glad that we got to share some energy today. I want you to come back, and we're going to continue to evolve together.